All right, guys, welcome to the Real South Africa. You're going to enjoy this episode. Stay tuned.
No, it's the window. It looks like that, man.
I like hearing that sound.
What sound?
She said, Auntie, Auntie. I got to hear that for I got to hear it for almost 2 weeks.
He did get a little taller. He might could play a little Connect 4 now, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, we played yesterday.
Oh, you did? What are you doing? What's going on? Do we need to practice?
Yes.
Yeah, we need to practice because you can't let these women beat you, man. I can't give them no mercy. Now, when you get about 30, then you can back up a little bit. Yeah. You'll get 30 one day. Years old. Can you believe that?
I want to try.
Yeah. So how did did y'all watch the video? The interview you guys did?
Yes, we did. Yes.
Okay, well, I don't know. I apologize. It wasn't too bad, was it?
Oh, well, I was concerned. Are you recording?
A little bit.
Okay. Then I'll say.
Okay, yeah, please do. Because
I was saying, was that a little harsh?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Say again?
I was wondering, was I a little harsh?
Nah, I think he was on point.
Was I a little,
Yeah, he was on point.
on the good old...
Now, you said you was going to hold it. You going to hold it or you going to let it go?
Cut it out.
Okay.
Now he has to cut it out.
Yeah, we're going to have a conversation. Did you meet the other ladies that were here?
No, we haven't met them.
Yeah, they're running around somewhere.
They're coming now.
Oh, you see them?
Yeah, they're coming.
Oh, yeah.
How do you get in here?
I will show you.
How do I get in here?
So,
I want to go in. It's not a creepy hotel.
No, it's not.
Not anymore.
Because you're here, huh? Somebody has to say please somewhere. There you go. I need at least one please. Minimum. No, this is Darlene. They kind of look alike a little bit for some odd reason. But look past that. Hey, little girl, what's your name again?
Elle.
Elle, I talked to you on the phone.
Yes, nice to meet you.
Hey, Elle. Wait, you live in the DMV, right?
I do.
I remember, yeah. It was a nice conversation.
I did. This is now my home.
Oh! This is a nice conversation.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's not bad here.
Waiting.
Not bad here. How was your first day? It wasn't too horrible.
I would have laughed.
Well?
She took me grocery shopping.
Oh, yeah.
I was hungry, but she saved me.
Yeah. We got people everywhere, including this one.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. This is good. Yeah.
It really is.
So I thought we can come over here real quick and just meet up, and y'all can say hi to each other. And y'all all staying in the same building. Yeah. Go ahead and take your time and go.
Oh, yes, we are.
Don't feel constricted.
I should be taking pictures.
You can or not. And I can actually take a picture for you if you want me to. Yeah, I'll help you. Come on now. I'm not horrible just yet. Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody. This is Mark Edward Blanton from the Real South Africa. And then, of course, we have this one over here. She's going to introduce herself.
Oh, Dr. Latasha Blanton, the Real South Africa.
Yeah, and we actually have a live studio audience behind you. You can't see it. I will bring them to you shortly. They actually did a video with us, so it was actually pretty good. And then Erica is here as well, who you guys haven't met officially through a video, but she's here as well. But you can't see her. She's off camera. But it's not about them right now. It's not about them at all, actually. It's about this young lady who's sitting beside me. She decided to come to South Africa. But this is your first time coming to Africa, right?
It is my first, but not my last.
Okay. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself. Hopefully, she will actually, hype herself up and say, "Hey, I'm so and so. I do this, blah 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 blah." But we're gonna see what she does. So it's on you.
All right, no pressure. Hey guys, I am Elle Benet, and I am a podcaster on Inner Cosmetics. And my journey here was kind of interesting because I had no desire to come to South Africa. In fact, I didn't want to come.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so my brother, he was always watching this YouTube video channel called The Real South Africa.
Those guys.
Yeah. And over time, I would walk by and take a peek And then before you know it, I'm sitting down there with him like, wait, do they have anything else? You know, what's coming next? And it's a beautiful example of how he knows what you want even before you think or ask. So even though I had no desire, my brother tuning in, my heart over time was pulled to that. And it's just beautiful to let go and let God. And even if you don't know the way or you don't know the how, just let go.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. Is just the how always gets us because we can't figure it out until God reminds us it's not our job.
Yeah.
It was never our job. And we're magnetic people, and we can't help but pull things to us and experiences and good. And this is how I came here. I never planned this. But life planned me because I allowed it. And this is just a reminder that if you have a desire, that's all you need. Life will fill in the grid. Don't worry about the how.
Yeah.
Because before you know it, you'll be here. You'll be right here where you belong. And I'm grateful. And there aren't words to express how I feel.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome
to South Africa.
Yep. Welcome to South
I will say that, I always praise the South Africans. Like you had a tour today, that was a South African gentleman who showed you the way. I will say that a South African brought us in some time ago and brought us close. This one and me and my daughter and my mother when she was alive. And it opened our eyes. We felt the same way you felt.
Yeah, seriously.
Literally.
It was like...
And, yeah.
I mean, it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
Because you didn't know what you were missing, and then when you felt it, it was like, this is what I want. I've been wanting to feel for so long, and then when you feel it, it's like it's sometimes it's too much because your heart is actually full. It's actually full.
It's so full. It's so full. And the best thing I can give to someone who actually hasn't come here yet is, well, what does it feel like? If you go on vacation and you might enjoy yourself, but there's nothing like sleeping in your own bed. Well, I felt like I slept in my own bed last night in South Africa. I wasn't craving being home. It was the best sleep ever. It was the best sleep ever. And so that's what it feels like.
Sleeping in your own bed.
Yes, sleeping in your own bed.
Side of the pillow.
Yes. Yes. Truly.
Yeah. So I would say that a lot of people that you don't know have reached out. The South Africans that have reached out to me, they still reach out to us all the time. But they reached out, and then we felt the same way you did. And so at some point we decided, we were business people at heart. So we decided to make it accessible for other people. And, even though everybody can't see everybody at this table, there's several people at this table, watching you, being interviewed. And all of that is because some South African says, brother, you need to come back. I will host you, brother. And I'm like, no, he's not going to host me. And he meant it. He meant it. And we stayed in his house. And
oh, wow.
The whole night. It was beautiful. So you guys out here, this is Mark Blanton from The Real South Africa. And of course we have Latasha Blanton over there too,
Taking a bow.
There she is, of course. And then we got this young lady here coming all the way from the U.S. This is her first time in South Africa. I'm sure it will not be her last.
Not at all.
Yeah. So what did you, I mean, obviously, we know that you were leaving, so we thought we would spend some time with you, just a little bit. And what was your experience like hanging out with The Real South Africa? Tell the truth.
Oh, you're going to hear it.
Tell me to my face.
Right? Well, initially my eyes were open, but tonight my heart is too. It's just touched me on another level. There's just so much I haven't seen.
That's true.
Just so much, and
there's
so
a lot out
more.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just built that confidence to be like, I'm ready for it. I'm here. I'm ready to do it.
Okay. So what do you think about this scene back here that you're looking at? Let's just take a look at it.
Guys, coming back to this, right? Doing the spa over there. Yeah. It's just like they encourage the self-love, you know? The relaxation.
Yeah. That's definitely a good way to put it, because you do find spas like almost everywhere, and they really take their time. There's all day spas available. You never feel rushed. They really want you to slow down. And it's funny because we said earlier that South Africa is slow, but think about it. They still want you to slow down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Yes.
So how do you think would you be able to slow down if you were here for more than 6 days?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, I'll slow down. And in fact, this pace I hold with me, and I'll remember to carry it with me, even though I'm going back to the States. Just to remember, I can take a piece of me by just slowing it down. Just slowing it down, because this is where it's at. And the community and building together, everybody wins. I love this. Like, we can all, there's enough for everyone.
Yeah.
That's true.
There's enough for everyone.
So true.
You know?
Well, guys, let me show y'all this scene that we're looking at here. This is the nightlife, and we're here in Sandton City, and we're on a little bit of a rooftop, but not all the way up, because we can actually take it all the way up. If you look up the top of that building, it goes way up. And this right here is the tallest building in Africa, believe it or not. You can look at you can look it up yourself. But this is crazy.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Well, we're glad that you decided to come to South Africa to enjoy yourself. Maybe some other sisters who maybe will want to come and enjoy themselves. They should.
Absolutely.
They need it.
I think that if you can speak to being a solo traveler, like, do you feel safe here? Do you feel comfortable? Because a lot of people ask us, is it okay to travel single, male or female? But how do you feel? We've had multiple single women travel solo. So explain to me, like, how you feel as a solo traveler being here. How do you feel overall?
Oh, totally safe. In fact, earlier today, I went out by myself, but during the day, right? But at night, last night, I was out. I went for an evening walk. Totally safe. People welcoming, looking at the shops at night that were lit up. Never crossed my mind about, hey, you should have somebody with you. Wonderful evening. Wonderful evening. Yeah.
All right.
Good. Well, we thank you for allowing us to show you South Africa. We do hope that you will return with your little people who are not so little, but still bring your family. And anybody else that you can think of that might enjoy this, please have them come through.
That this is real. This inner wisdom is real. And be adventurous and find out for yourself. Find out for yourself, because there's nothing better than experience. People can tell you, but when you experience it on your own, that builds that trust with yourself.
So things changed since you from the time that you were at home thinking about it, talking about it.
Oh yeah.
And then now you got here and you're like, whoa. Right.
Yeah.
So what was your impression? I mean, this is your first time. I remember mine was many years ago, and I still remember it. So, like, what is your first impression just from the first day or two since you've been here?
My first impression.
Yeah.
So I tune in with just everything, and my breathing. I feel a shift in everything. Even waking up and feeling the energy, there's a shift there. It just feels so peaceful. There's just a level of peace here.
It is.
That's really the best word that comes to mind is peace. Yeah. I must agree with you.
And when people try to get a little rowdy, I'm like, slow it down. You're doing too much, because it is peaceful here. And I personally enjoy it every day. And while you're here, I hope that you enjoy it. Get as much as you can. Put some in your bag and all that good stuff on the way out. But of course, it's pretty clear that you're going to be coming back and forth.
Absolutely.
on a regular basis.
The kids are curious about it.
Yeah.
Initially, they're like, "No, Mom, we're not going to Africa." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And now they're texting like, "How's it going?" And I sent my daughter a picture of the safari trip. As soon as I sent it, it was up on her Instagram. My mommy, is it?
Yeah,
So she's opening up because they see you. They see you step into it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Okay, let's see. Okay."
So they're proud of you a little bit.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Good. You're a trailblazer leading the way, because a lot of us in that side don't want to come to Africa. We would go everywhere else in the world, wherever else in the world, as long as it's not on the continent, we will ultimately entertain and go to. Mm-hmm. But when you say Africa, a lot of our people just back out. But when it's your kids see you, making moves, and I mean, you're opening up a whole new world for them.
Yeah.
And that's interesting.
Yeah, I was respectful of them because I wanted to bring them, but they didn't want to go at the time. Mm-hmm. And it's nice when you allow people to step into that at their own pace.
Yeah.
And as they see you do it, then they open up too, and they're like, "Okay, I'll do it." You want to come anyway, but okay.
Yeah. But it's funny because they're going to be the ones when they finally get here. They're going to be more overwhelmed than you were on your. We've found that people that say, like they might bring somebody reluctantly. I want to come. I don't want to be there. I go, and then they go and they get here, and that's the one that's like
over the top.
Really?
Yeah, they're like
over the top.
Completely.
I'm so sorry. I can't believe I thought this was gonna be ... and it's this, and I mean, because you do come with preconceived notions.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like you when they say, "I had no desire."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No desire.
Mm-hmm.
And they mean that.
Yeah.
And it's not like we're trying to change people's minds. It's just that I want them to understand that there's opportunities out there that exist beyond your current level of existence.
Yeah.
And that you can have more, but you got to understand that you got to come out of your box.
Yeah.
So perfectly said.
Yeah.
Because we think we're at the epitome.
We do.
Why is that?
We do.
We do think that.
We do. I think it's human nature. We are a little afraid of change, but it's change that always helps us grow until we learn that change is our friend. So at some point we'll begin to seeing that. But I think it's part of that growth with humans, and it's okay, but it's the awareness that's going to help you open up to it. Like, oh, okay. When you can self-coach yourself, then life becomes fun. And you're like, I can get through this. I'm being a little standoffish because it's new. And I just think it's a natural thing we go through. Yeah.
Okay. So now that you're here, and obviously you came with us, your accommodations and stuff. I mean, what are you looking like? Are you in the hut?
Yes, I'm in hut number 33.
There you go.
That was the one.
I like that.
It is perfect. Even being on, it's so funny because normally I had this thing about being on the first floor. Mm-hmm. I am living my best life on the first floor right now.
Okay. First floor action.
Yes, it's perfect. Okay. It's a patio. It's everything I need. I didn't even realize that I had a washer and a dryer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I discovered that yesterday.
Okay.
I did a little dance.
Yeah.
That was a nice discovery.
You go back with clean clothes and stuff?
Yes, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was a nice touch and appreciated. It's perfect.
Okay.
It's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, no complaints.
So now a lot of our people, we talk to them on the phone. They're like, I don't want to be around the animals and stuff. But yesterday you had an opportunity to see some animals. Well, I think she went to the lion park. Went to the lion park. Great place, I think. What did you get a chance to see a lion or two?
Oh, several. Yeah. They were running from me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what you did, but okay.
No, it was beautiful. Never saw a white lion before.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome, right?
Yeah, their eyes.
Yeah.
Very mystical. Beautiful. And it was like you see it again. You see it on YouTube or videos, but I'm telling you, there's nothing like the real
Being there,
thing. There's, nothing like it.
It's nothing like the real South Africa. Now, I mean, no pun intended. I mean, you threw it up, so I had to knock that one down. You know,
Good one.
I'll do what I can. Okay.
But it was perfect. So yeah, it really was. And the village, the dancing. I was telling Latasha, that first drum that they did, my soul was like, the floods. It just started. I was like, wow. It was just instinctual. You know, that was beautiful. The village, it was perfect.
Yeah. So as you notice, there's a lot of different cultures here. You know, I tell people all the time, especially people who've never been here. You know, they think like you see all the black people, and you think like in the States they're just another black person. Like they're all one, just from different cities or towns. But here they actually do have different cultures that delineates who they are, even though they're black. And the good part about being African American a lot of times is that you get invited to all these different cultures. So they don't just say, okay, well, you Zulu, so you only can do Zulu stuff. No, you get to do it all. You know, as long as you can, you know, be open, which I think that you are, you're going to have a great experience. People are going to tell you things, and you're going to learn stuff from a 7-year-old or a 77-year-old and everybody in between, because when you get here, they know that you don't know. Yeah. And then they want to tell you about their culture, because they're super, like today is Heritage Day. They're super excited about their culture. They love their cultures, and I love them too, because every time there's always food involved. First of all, there's always food somewhere, and there's always drinks.
Yeah, and it's good.
Yeah, and there's always drinks, and it works out. So again, you know, welcome to South Africa. I got to say that again.
Yeah.
And number two, just take it all in. And you're not going to be able to decipher it all right now. But when you get back and you're home, you're like, man, I remember when I was in South Africa.
And you're like literally going through your Rolodex.
And your pictures.
Because right now you're trying to be present.
Yeah.
So because you're trying to be present, when you get back home, when you get time to reflect, that's what it's going to be like. And then you're going to be like, hey, I need to come back. I know I just left.
I know.
But I'm
my kids.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and set that up real quick like that.
And I'd be like, you just left.
You just left. Like,
you know that. So, we got somebody sitting, some of the audience who's here. They've been here several times and whatnot.
And that speaks for itself, too.
Yeah.
Been here several times, right?
Yeah.
Because I think that this place calls to you, like you say, like, I mean, they came, I can't remember how long they stayed the first time. Was it 2 weeks? 2 weeks. They stayed 2 weeks the first time. And they came back like in December. So that's not, but they were here in June. So in 5 months, they were back again. They came 2 times. So it happens like that. For us, it was the same way.
I was horrible.
We came, I feel like every 12 weeks or so, it was like,
really?
I'm trying to leave. Yeah.
Oh, y'all were serious.
Like every 3 months, I was like, we gotta go.
Started in 2011.
Yeah, we gotta go.
If you see my old passport,
it's a hot mess.
It had like a Bahama stamp on there,
and
Jamaica
passport,
maybe,
and a Dominican Republic.
Yeah, I had that, and then it was like South Africa.
Wow.
Toothpaste. Then it was just in and out, in and out. So I do understand the journey, pretty much. So when I'm talking to people about starting their journey, I'm talking from a position of experience. I know what they're thinking, and then when they get here, I kind of already know what they're going to feel, which you're feeling now, which is good. And then on top of that, did you get a chance to eat any food or anything?
The food, guys. Oh my gosh, that's another subject. Yeah, it's amazing. I had salmon today. Oh, it's fresh.
Yeah.
It was good, right?
Seasoned perfectly, like amazing.
They have amazing chefs here in this country.
Oh my gracious.
I've never met any food I don't like.
Yeah.
So
I'm up for the challenge.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and get that.
Of course my chicken eating friends here. Chicken licking. I think I might introduce her to chicken licking.
Chicken licking.
See, she doesn't know, y'all. She don't know. It's pretty good.
Really?
Like I'm trying to introduce you to some gin. She's not a gin drinker, but here in South Africa, you gotta do the gin thing. It's just part of the.
It's really good, by the way.
thing. Yeah, she was good.
Very nice. Very nice.
Got a little pink tonic. Okay. So for those people who, again, I ask this question a lot, that are sitting on the fence saying, them? I don't know. Sitting in Nashville or wherever they come, or Dallas or whatever. What would you tell them?
I would tell them that you do know. You do know. Because if you are watching several episodes, there's the calling. You know? So you do know. And the first thing is acknowledging that. And just allow yourself time. At the right time, you're going to know. You're going to do it. So you're doing everything that you need to do right now. Mm-hmm. You know? And you're on your way already. You're already on your way.
Yeah.
Kairos.
Yes. What does that mean again?
You just said it, the right time.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The right time.
but you know what's funny? You know, and you know, there are those on our side in the States that would be like, you know, but I don't know anyone over there. And to be perfectly honest with you, we had a phone call.
Yeah.
And that was as much as I remember and knew. So I didn't know Elle before she showed up. But when you come here, when you cross, you know, you come through the door to return, and you come through the OR Tambo Airport. There was a driver there ready to pick you up, I think. Mm-hmm. We made sure that happens. Okay, we don't want you standing there. And then, of course, driver knew exactly where to bring you. And then, of course, you moved into your space. And then we met you today. Honestly, the interactions when we meet people, I mean, people feel like they know us, and then we ultimately get to know them. But this is South Africa.
Yeah.
This is Africa. All Africans know everyone. So it's not a big leap. Mm-hmm. But in the States, we all know, I don't know that person. I don't know that person.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. And we put lines and blocks and things around us. But here, you can let all that go. And so the reality is, if you know who we are, if you've seen a picture of us or anything, then when you come here, you're gonna know exactly who you are. So you have people here. You know, of course we're here. So if something goes, awry, or you need something or whatever, we got people here.
Yeah, and they do really, truly hold your hand every step of the way. I say the beginning, the middle, and the end. Yeah. And I can speak for that because I didn't get time to stress. I was telling you earlier, I didn't get time to stress because you were there communicating and proactive, and it's comforting, especially for us that are a little hesitant, and making such a big adjustment and big decision. It's nice to have that. Yeah. So thank you.
Sure. You're welcome. Anything you want to add to the conversation?
No, just welcome to South Africa. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you made the decision, because it is a decision. And you played around with the dates, but at some point you got here, and I think that's really all that matters. The fact that you are here now is really all that matters. Yeah. That you're here now. So thank you.
Yeah, give us a chance to show another person, what the possibilities are. If somebody showed me, and I took advantage of it, and then I'm showing other people, and they're actually over here buying houses and moving over here. People are doing the most just because they, it's not like you got to sit at home and decide these things. But the thing is, you just like you're doing, Elle, you just got to come and just sit here and see it.
And take your baby steps.
Yes. And you will, as a person, we're all smart. Every person that we brought here is very smart. We've had some super accomplished people, like uber accomplished that came through the real South Africa. And at some point in time, they think about their existence. They get back to the States. They call us and they say, I was thinking. And then they're like, but does that make sense? And I'm like, it does make sense. What do you want to do? And then they work their steps.
Yeah, and the other thing to add, if you think the time frame that you want to come is too short, it's not. I had proposed 4 days.
Yeah, I remember that.
You were just open to sure.
Yeah. If you want to do it, we'll make it work.
Yeah, so any excuse you're trying to hold on to not come, it's not going to work.
Yeah, we've had a girl, what was that? Somebody came 3 days.
Oh,
you remember she was from Minnesota? She came 3 days. That girl got here, I don't know if she slept. This girl was like,
she hit the ground running.
Yeah, and then she's out asleep on the plane. She was doing the most. And she came for 3 days, but she had that experience. Okay, she was a police officer from Minnesota, and she was just like, I had the experience. I enjoyed it.
I love it.
Thank you for making sure my cars were lined up, make sure all my events were set up perfectly. and she maximized that. Versus, I can say some people who come here for 10 days and they don't do as much because they didn't plan properly on their own, which they do.
Right.
And they're like, you know, like for example, where we're sitting right now, most people wouldn't know where this is. Most people don't know that where we are right now.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful scenario.
It truly is.
We just watched the sunset, which is awesome. So,
So
Thank you guys again.
no, you're very welcome.
thank you. Well, I'm gonna leave
Pleasure's
it.
ours.
I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay.
Hopefully, we get a chance before you leave, or at some point, to have another conversation about further experiences.
Okay.
But guys, I will chat with you guys later, and thank you for watching this video, and of course, wish Elle all the best in her travels to South Africa. Thank you.
Thank you.
DNA that's in the United States now, as far as or in the diaspora, survived, and now we get the opportunity to come back. We get to come back, and we don't have to, claw our way back. We can actually jump on an airplane, make a reservation, give us a call if need be, and we can make sure that your experience here is absolutely amazing to the point to where now you're saying to yourself, you know what? Where have I been? Why haven't I been here this entire time?
Yeah.
And of course, the number one thing is people you would say, I've been lied to my entire life.
For sure. And it is a decolonization of your brain of sorts, if that's the word you want to use. But I can't.
Hello, everyone. This is Mark Edward Blanton from the Real South Africa, and welcome to Blue Valley. This estate is going to be on the real estate tour, and we're going to bring you roughly about 4 additional estates, plus some other lockup and go situations, and then, of course, some places where, you know what, that may not be as expensive, but you can actually get an opportunity to see. The only way you're going to be able to do that is if you come to South Africa. Unfortunately, you're not going to just be able to sit on the internet and do all of this type of stuff. This is some exclusive access that you guys are going to be able to take advantage of, and we're going to bring it to you. So basically what we need you to do, if you're interested in saying, you know what, I always wanted to live in South Africa, I always wanted to, have some property abroad, well, this is the opportunity for you right now. So this is what I'm going to tell you to do. You can go to our website, check out everything on our website, which obviously gives you options for tours. If you want to go to Joburg, you want to go to Cape Town, you want to go to Durban, Limpopo, and Mpumalanga, Kruger National Park, you have that as well. So if you want to do that, please, do that. But for this tour, all I need you to do is just send us an email that's at info@therealsouthafrica.com. Once you send that, just say, hey, I'm interested in coming on the tour. I really want to come because I'm looking to purchase a property somewhere outside the United States. Keep in mind, this here in the States, you guys are having a seller's market. And it's going to be extended for an extended period of time. However, here in South Africa, it's a buyer's market. And of course, with it being a buyer's market and with the US dollar being pretty strong right now, you can actually buy more than what you can ever buy before. So what I would say to you again, sign up for the trip. When you get here, this is the best scenario because we're going to have all the people who can assist you in purchasing a home, from the conveyancer, which are the people who do the legal process to make sure your name is on that title. We are also going to have the real estate agents in all these locations there to assist you to access the homes, to talk to them about pricing and being able to negotiate the price for you. And then, of course, we're going to have basically everything you need. And to give you access is premium. So I would suggest, if you're interested, come through. Now, those that are, like, for example, I'm gonna give you a great example. If you're retired, in the United States, and you're like, you know what, this is the amount of monies that I make, I would say you might want to look at South Africa because you can find you some beautiful locations here that will fit inside your budget. I can honestly tell you that. But again, you can't sit in the United States, clicking on the computer trying to find this out. You have to come here to the Republic of South Africa. And I will also tell you, there are a lot of African Americans, or especially Americans, that are coming to South Africa to find something that they couldn't find their entire lives in the United States, a home. So I say that is because we're only going to have 50 people on this trip to, you know, to make sure that those 50 people get the best opportunity to purchase a home here in South Africa. The good part about it too, there's so many good parts about it. The part I like the most is that once you meet these real estate agents and you meet these people, then the good part about it is you will be able to stay in contact with them, and they can constantly be assisting you along the way as you're trying to purchase this home. The process is a lot different than the United States. It takes a little longer, but it's well worth it in the end. So I would say come here on this real estate trip to sunny South Africa. See you soon. All right, everybody. Everybody wants to know, what are we going to do on this trip? Obviously, you're going to look at homes, but we're going to do things like we generally do, or like we normally do for our people who come on trips. As you guys already know, people love the fact that they come to South Africa with the real South Africa and do what they do. The good part about it is what we're going to do, part of your pricing, we're going to pick you up from the airport, obviously. We're going to take you to some of the best hotels, or best hotel that you're going to stay in. So you're going to be very comfortable. It's going to be a 5-star scenario. Nothing changes. And then, of course, after you finish viewing properties all day and talking properties all day, you're going to have the opportunity to go to a lot of lunches, a lot of dinners, things like that. So all that's going to be available for you. So when you get done, you can just walk out your hotel and select where you want to eat. And that's always a plus. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the pricing. If you are coming and you're going to be in a double occupancy situation, meaning that you're going to be sharing a room, then it's going to be $4,000 per person. If you're looking at trying to get a room by yourself, it's going to be $5,150 per person, which is a good thing. Now, coming to South Africa, you got to go do a game lodge experience. We're putting that in there as well. So you're going to be going out to a game lodge. You're going to be doing a boma, which is like a nice fire outside where they feed you. You're going to be going to watch game, going out on a game drive. You're going to be doing that. And then the next day, you got a full day just to relax. Keep in mind, they got bars out there. They got restaurants out there. They have, what else do they have out there? Oh, also too, they have spas out there, and basically everything that you want to do. And it's fun. It is super fun. All that's going to happen before you return back to the United States of America. So again, all I can say is this is going to be an all-around trip. You're going to see houses. You're going to get a chance to go on a game drive. You're going to be able to stay at a game lodge, which chances are you've never done before. It's going to be amazing. So we want to see you here on this trip in sunny South Africa.